What's up, gamers? Hey, Golden. It's time. It's time for more Steins. My face when my whatever, man. Just get into it. Akiba has always had a lack of supermarkets that hasn't changed even with the anime stores gone. Did I have any emails that I need to reply to? I couldn't reply to that one. That's a bunch of... yeah, okay. After we finish shopping, Karisu and I walk along the evening streets. But yeah, where we left off, we got a time machine, or time leap machine, sorry. And we finished it, and now they're deciding to give it away to, like, some more important company, but it's like, come on, man, I really don't think that's a good idea. She looks like she's got something to say. She keeps doing glances at me.
不満か。
不満?
She frowns like she didn't expect that question. Finally, she faces this way.
実験をしなかったことについて。
まさか。人間は根源的に時間的存在者である。ハイデガーの言葉よ。あんたが実験はしないと決めてくれたとき、私はむしろほっとした。誰か止める人がいてくれなかったら、私は歯止めが効かなくなってたかも。ありがとう。
What's this? Gratitude? Does she have a fever? I put my hand to her forehead to check. Karisu twitches.
おい、何してる？
熱があるせいで女子らしいことを言い出したのかと思ってな。
I dropped my hand.
別にあんたに感謝してるわけじゃないからな。
Her voice is louder than it should be, and several people glance at us. Karisu blushes and hangs her head. If Daru were here, he'd probably get all excited and say a real tsundere sweet. Jeez.
とにかく
Karisu clears her throat and returns to her usual sour expression.
形式的にお礼を言っただけだから勘違いしないで。
勘違いなどするものか。俺は当然のことをしたまでだからな。ラボメンナンバー001であり、ラボの設立者であるこの俺、法王院京馬が最も優先するのは、ラボメンを危険から守ること。
Oh, that's wholesome.
だからお前は感謝する必要はない。
世界に混沌をもたらすとか言ってるくせに。
ラボメンは俺の味方であり、世界は俺の敵である。
呆れて言葉も出ない。あんたって独善的すぎ。
言葉なら出ているではないか。
Ooh. Oneself, don't forget what Taitor said. What was that in reference to? I'm confused. I was sure be careful to whom you may use them again. Oh, I see. And then she replied with, "Don't forget what Taitor said." Gotcha.
揚げ足取るな。
It's quite mysterious, really. It's only been 2 weeks since Karisu and I met. And yet, it already feels natural for us to be walking together, exchanging banter like this. Perhaps pooling our efforts to create something new, dangerous though it may be, has brought us closer together. I admit her knowledge and skills are impressive. I'd like her to remain at the lab, if at all possible, but she said she's going back to America this month. It's already the 13th, so I wonder when she plans to return. I decide to ask her.
そういえば飛行機のチケット取るの忘れてた。電話レンジの改良に夢中になりすぎてたわ。
タイムリープマシンを公表すれば世間は大騒ぎになる。セルン告発もしなければならない。帰ることはできなくなるぞ。
あ、そうか。となるとママに電話しておかないと。
Looks like things are gonna get busy. Naturally, I want Karisu to stay with us to the end. A little bit after we return to the lab, Mayuri gets back. Welcome back! Seems Mayuri went to Lukako's. Suzuha shows up a few minutes later, and our development council comes to order. Development council? What Okaran calls a party! That's probably the best tip yet. Daru ordered 3 pizzas. We also line up all the snacks we bought on the table. It's just like the party we had a few days ago to cheer up Suzuha. Mayuri wanted to decorate the room, but since everyone's tired, I dismissed it as unnecessary. Looks like Suzuha managed to retrieve her jacket from Mr. Brown.
いやー、やばかった。あのままだとさ、露出狂として一日を過ごす羽目になるとこだったよ、私。
Jesus Christ. The Brown Tube workshop's closed, as Suzuha made sure the 42-inch CRT was turned off, so there's no need to fear any malfunction from the time leap machine. A heavy sigh escapes my throat. I realize that I've been tense and nervous since the time leap machine was completed. Now I can finally relax. Hey, I'm back. Surprised you're back with Steins Gate today? Yeah, Leah's feeling a bit sick right now, so she had to cancel today, unfortunately. But we've got Steins Gate for now, and then probably about like 9 or 10 we'll do some Higurashi watching. But yeah, we did have to cancel with Leah because she is feeling sick. But we still got Steins Gate and we still got Higurashi, so. And y'all got me. Hope she gets better soon, yeah. A heavy sigh escapes my throat. I realize that I've been tense and nervous since the time leap machine was completed. Now I can finally relax. The topic of the time leap machine has become taboo. Even Karisu doesn't bring it up during the meeting.
ダル、お前なぜこの前と全く同じ種類のピザを注文したのだ？
I opened the pizza boxes to find the exact same ones he got for Suzuha's party.
ズバリ、僕の好み。
Naturally, I'm not amused.
おかり、おかり。フェリスちゃんやルカちゃんにもね、声をかけたんだけど、今日は無理って言われちゃった。
Unlucky.
そうか。何か用事でもあったのか？
フェリスちゃんは今日はライネットの大会。
I left your previous gym because I went to see my grandma in the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope she's doing okay, or she's hanging in there. I'm sorry to hear that, Ruben.
しまった。応援行きそびれた。なんという不覚。
あとね、ルカちゃんはなんだか恥ずかしそうにしてたよ。
ここに来たらまたマユリのコスを着させられるって思ったんじゃない？
コスプレの件か？もしかしてまだ説得できていないのか？
Then what was the point of completing the costume?
恥ずかしいんだって。可愛いは正義なのに。
可愛いは正義ってそんな言葉が流行ってるんだ。
クリスちゃんもね、可愛いよね。
She's doing well at the moment, just tired and can't really walk far. I got you. Hopefully she gets better. I know it's tough to deal with stuff like that when you got family relatives in the hospital. It's rough. You just get, the most you can do is hang in there and hope. They still got fight in them. Kurisu doesn't know how to react. She blushes and Mayuri starts teasing her like a drunk old man. But just praying things stay well for the time. Oh, for sure. So I bring up Ruben, you're fine. It's fine. You're not like trauma dumping or something. It's just something unfortunate that happened to you and you wanted to bring it up. It's not like a crime. Please don't feel like you guys have to like walk on glass with me. Like if something's happened to you and you want to share it, it's no problem. It's very different from trauma dumping, where you're just making it all about you. You know what I mean? I'm not like the center of the universe, you know. No problem. I want everyone to feel welcome, you know. There's no alcohol at this party, of course.
ねえねえ、今度のコミマに出てみない？新作は無理だけどね、去年作ったブラチューのセーラ覚醒後バージョンコスがあるんだ。多分ね、サイズはクリスちゃんにちょうど合うと思うし。
Oh man.
私がコスプレか。
Hey, she's not against the idea. She's not completely against the idea. Carissa looks conflicted, then she murmurs.
ちょっと興味ある。
That is surprising. That is surprising. She sure could have fooled us before, pretending to have no interest in otaku culture.
でも私も人前に出るのはお断りだから。
着るだけでいいよ。でもね、そのうちみんなに見てもらいたくなるよ。コスプレにはそうさせる魔物さんが住んでるんだ。
As she says in the like most cutesy voice ever, the cosplay demon compels you. God. Carissa cosplay? I thought she already was, considering her strange way of wearing her clothing. Fair. The cosplay demon?
そういえば、クリスちゃんっていつも可愛い制服着てるよね。でもこんな制服都内にあったっけ？
うん、これ
Carissa lifts up her necktie.
2週間だけアヤメインに逆留学みたいなことしてたんだけど、そこの制服を改造してきてるの。
Wait, so it's not actually their uniform? I am in Women's Academy, a private school for girls in the Kudanshita neighborhood of Tokyo. An academic powerhouse, Ayamain is a popular destination for foreign exchange students. Has anyone seen someone wear their jacket like that? No. That look... How is that even staying on? It's like falling off her shoulders. I've seen people wear their jacket as like a tie around their waist though. But that's not really the same.
ああ、アヤメインなんだ。あそこの制服もともと可愛いもんね。でもクリスちゃんの改造センスはね、すごくいいかも。
I guess she does have like belt straps right here, but I don't know.
試着してくれる？
いいわ。
Let's go. Looks like Kurisu approves of the cuteness is justice philosophy.
撮影会は何時からですか？
God almighty.
相変わらず橋田は変態道を邁進中だな。
It's a floating jacket. It's propelled by psychic energy.
だってブラチューのセーラっしょ。あれって確かパンモロだぞ。
I don't even know what that means.
パンモロ？
パンツがモロに見えているの略。
嘘。
大丈夫だよ。
It's okay.
クリスちゃんは知らないかもだけどね、去年ぐらいにこんな言葉が流行ったんだよ。パンツじゃないから恥ずかしくないもんって。
What does that even mean?
いやいや、恥ずかしいでしょ。
絶対来てね。絶対だよ。
Oh my.
やめといた方がいいんじゃないかな。
Oh. Suzaha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Kurisu again. What is this music? Are we about to have a cat fight? Jesus. Suddenly the atmosphere in the room changes.
何
Oh!
せクリスを信じると痛い目に遭うよ。
What the... What is this battle? Suzaha ready to throw hands.
それ、どういう意味？
Naturally, my strong-willed assistant isn't one to back down from a fight. Sparks fly between the two girls. This is the battle of the century.
この前から思ってたんだけど、私、あなたに何かした？
直接は何も。でも私、君のしたこと全部知ってんだよね。
何よ、私がしたことって。後ろめたいことは何もしてない。
でしょうね。でも私知ってるんだから。君の本質ってのをさ。
へえ、すごい。私の心の中を覗いたんだ。画期的な発明だから、ぜひその独身装置を見せてもらいたいもんだわ。
Suzaha not even hiding it anymore.
装置なんてないよ。強いて言うなら予言。
つまり言いがかりってことか。
事実だってば。
Uh-oh, we got a situation here.
おかり。
Mayuri clings to me with teary eyes.
二人を止めて。
この場を丸く収められるのはこの法王院京馬しかいないようだな。
They're just gonna tell him to F off. We've got a snuff. I insert myself between the two girls.
二人ともここは引け。この勝負法王院京馬が預かる。
They both glare at me. Although I'm afraid for my life, I harden my resolve. The mission must succeed. First, I focus on Kurisu.
助手よ、俺はお前をそのように育てた覚えはないぞ。
育てられた覚えもない。
Rinto, you're not emotionally intelligent enough to break up a fight.
マッドサイエンティストを目指す上で最も必要なことを教えてやろう。すなわち表面は熱く奥底では冷たく。
聞いてない。なるつもりもない。
Next, I switch focus to Suzaha.
戦士よ。お前がラグナロックにおいて戦うべきはセルンのはずだ。
岡部倫太郎には忠告したよね。マキセ・クリスには気をつけてって。
Rintaro takes a fat L.
ちょ
You're gonna mention that here? Now?
へえ。どういうことよ、岡部。
Their eyes are like laser beams boring into my skull. I want nothing more than to flee for my life. But Mayuri's watching me anxiously. I need to defuse the situation.
お前たちどちらも引くつもりはないようだな。ならば好きなだけやり合うがいい。戦って戦って戦い抜いて、その後河原で握手して友情を芽生えさせるがいい。
A manly handshake.
だがな、将来社会に出る時のためにこれだけは自覚しておけ。お前たちは二人とも空気が読めない。
Nobody likes a mood killer. I didn't get to watch it, but what was your reaction to the doll head photo? Very disturbed. I was very disturbed.
うるさい。
Getting yelled at by both of them at the same time sent shivers down my spine. It's coming. I quickly seize my right arm.
よりによってこんな時に静まれ、俺の右手。
I turn around and head back to Mayuri.
マユリ、すまない。このままだと俺は二人を傷つけてしまう。だからあとは任せた。
Mayuri puffs her cheeks out and goes over to the two girls. Rintaro using all his chuny tricks. I respect the drive to continue fighting a losing battle.
二人とも聞いて。マユシーはね、喧嘩は嫌いなのです。仲良くしようよ。
Hearing this, the two combatants reluctantly comply. Well, that was easy. It's not about winning, it's making sure you don't lose as bad. I expected this would happen. Mayuri is the oil that keeps the gears of this lab turning along. The throbbing in my right arm dissipates. Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Kurisu is in the development room, making a call, probably to her mother in America. Mayuri sure is the heart of the lab. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. The TV is running a game show where contestants guess the prices of popular items at high-class restaurants. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it.
ねえねえ、オカリ
ん？
Mayuri slowly looks around the lab while smiling all the while.
なんだかね、ここ何週間かですごく賑やかになったね。
ああ、確かに。
I established the Future Gadget Laboratory around the time I entered college. It was the first step in my plan to bring chaos to the world. I don't get why the translation censors it as Dr. P when the VAs clearly say Dr. Pepper. Because... Okay. So the copyright won't affect them in Japan, but it will in America, is the problem, Ruben. If they're selling in America, it could affect them in America. That's why you see JoJo characters just straight up saying their stand names, even though they're blatantly just names of songs. But in translations, or when they say it in the English dub, it's changed to whatever. Yeah. The copyright is different in different countries, is the thing. Yeah. I established the Future Gadget Laboratory around the time I entered college. It was the first step in my plan to bring chaos to the world. Out of brain. No, you're good, you're good. That was around the middle of March this year, which means it's been almost 5 months. Not half a month after it was established, Mayuri showed up. I'm still not sure why, and became a lab mem. For about a month, it was just me and Mayuri. Then, in early May, I finally got Daru to join. All it took was telling him that the lab is just a 3-minute walk from May Queen plus Neon Squared. So how did we get him to join in this timeline if that doesn't exist anymore? To enter college is the first step. Not even half a month. Okay. The location on the outskirts of Akiba has always been quiet. Mayuri isn't the type to object to every little thing like Kurisu, nor the type to make dumb jokes like Daru, so the lab was very peaceful back in those days. But the way the story establishes the characters in the lab, it feels like they've been here for a lot longer, honestly, yeah. It's quite a pleasant place to be. And now the lab mem count has increased to 8. It happened in the blink of an eye, or so it seems. They didn't come today, but Lukaku visits occasionally, and Ferris is a similar... Oh my god. And Ferris is a familiar face at May Queen plus Neon Squared. Or at least she was before May Queen disappeared. I remember feeling out of place the first time I came to Akiba, but now it's like a second home.
楽しいね。
F tongue twister there. Hey, Orange. I guess the lab simply being in Akiba, close to Ferris in general, was enough to convince Daru in this world line. Yeah. Mayuri, too, seems pleased by the increase in lab mems.
あのね、ラボ面が8人に増えたでしょ。ちょっと狭くなってきたなって、マユシーは思うんだ。まずね、椅子が足りないのです。
True. The self only has room for 2. Then there's Daru's personal desk chair. Those are the only chairs in the those are the only chairs in the lounge. There are some pipe chairs in the development room, but they need to stay there.
買ってこなくちゃだよ。おかりんはお金ある？
椅子を買うと貯金が底をつく。
Then I need to get a part-time job again.
じゃあ、マユシーのバイト代もちょっと出していいよ。あとはね、電子レンジ。新しいの買わないと、ジューシー唐揚げナンバー1が温められないよ。
And that's important.
ああ、それはすまん。
Cutting off Mayuri's chicken supply might actually kill her. Oh god.
だがマユリ、タイムリープマシンを譲渡して謝礼をもらえば、問題は全て解決する。
椅子と電子レンジの代金と、ちょっぴり上がっちゃったお家賃を払えるぐらいはもらえるかな。
もらえるさ。もっともらえる。
It's pretty rare for an anime protagonist to have both their parents. Honestly, yeah.
そうなんだ。よかったね、おかり。
なぜそんなに嬉しそうなんだ？
だってお友達たくさんできたもん。ダルくんでしょ、クリスちゃんでしょ、ルカちゃんでしょ、すずさん、萌香さん、フェリスちゃん、店長さん、なえちゃん、他にも他にも。
No. She gazes wistfully into the distance.
春の頃はオカリンはとっても寂しそうだったけど、
She's just happy you have friends, Baka. You're not lonely anymore, exactly.
もう大丈夫だね。
You seem so... Oh, Mayuri joined him because he was lonely. Oh.
マユシーが人質じゃなくても
No, we still need you.
それはどういう。
What do you mean? I try to ask, but before I can finish... What? Terrorist bomb threat suspends Yamanote Sobu Kaihin Toku lines. An urgent news bulletin appears on the TV. The subtitles read what I just read.
爆破テロ予告？
つうか全部秋葉原駅通ってるじゃん。マユシ帰れないんじゃね？
本当だ。家に電話しなくちゃ。
A bomb threat. I don't know why, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, it's a bomb. Only the lines passing through Akihabara are suspended as if that were the target. Wait, could that be it? Could the bomb be at Akihabara Station? I get a cold feeling in my stomach.
岡部倫太郎、一つ聞かせて。タイムリープマシンは完成してるんだよね。
は？ああ。
そっか。私、用事思い出したから、ちょっと出かけてくる。
Okay. Suzuha leaves the lab without another word.
何なの？彼女。
Suzuha's acting strange. Is it related to the bomb threat? Yes. Why did she just ask about the time leap machine? Maybe an attack from CERN. Something occurs to me. The two threatening emails I received. We're watching you. You know too much. Who sent them? And there's more. Words and images flash through my head. CERN. The LHC. Jellymen. The Z program. Government secrets. The organization. Men in Black. The Committee of 300. The Time Leap Machine. What did Kurisu say?
私たち、ひょっとすると、とんでもないものを作っちゃったかもしれない。
Watching this scene in the anime was so suspenseful I practically held my breath and got chills. Taken separately, each of these elements was insignificant. But if I consider them part of a single line, they all point to one inescapable truth. We've come too far. Fear seizes my heart in an icy grip. I can feel anxiety eating at my brain. I can't breathe. Even though it's hot and humid, my body shivers. Should we run? Get out while we still can? We can't use the trains. What about the subway? Or would a taxi be better? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. What should we do? Suddenly, there's a softness against my hand. I look down to see Mayuri's hand holding mine. When I look up, I see worry written on her face. It's okay. I'm just being paranoid. It's all a coincidence. Tomorrow, we'll get rid of the time leap machine. Then we can forget that all this happened. It's not gonna happen, man. In hindsight, I'm so glad you ended the stream yesterday when you did. Oh, so we can get to this. Pretend it was just a dream. I never invented a time machine. I don't need money. As long as we can forget about today and welcome tomorrow, we'll be okay, won't we? But my anxiety doesn't go away. I look over Mayuri's head at the entrance to the lab. The door is unlocked. Anyone could just waltz right in. I hear sirens wailing a few streets away. The bomb threat has Akiba in an uproar. Yet, here, in our corner of Akiba, it's so quiet. Mayuri squeezes my hand with her warm, slender fingers. I squeeze back. Oh! Oh no. The next thing I know, the door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. Their movements are swift and sure. Professional, and each of them is carrying a gun. They spread out just inside the door and aim their weapons at us. It all happens so fast, no one has time to scream. The men are foreigners, a mix of races, dressed casually in colorful shirts and shorts or jeans. But their arms are thick with muscle, and their eyes are hard and cold as ice. 2 of them are holding pistols, the other 3 have assault rifles. AK-47s and Akiba? Is this some kind of joke? One thing is certain, these guys aren't tourists.
動くな。全員両手を上げろ。
Dark-skinned crew-cut man barks an order. It feels like I'm dreaming. Did I fall asleep watching an action movie? This is the first time so many people have gathered in this room. Suddenly, the lab feels small. What an odd thing to be thinking at a time like this. The first to obey is Daru. Then Kurisu raises her hands. Then me. Last is Mayuri. Silence. Time seems to grind to a halt. The men say nothing, but their guns remain steady, muzzles pointed at us. On the TV, a comedian laughs. What is this? Are we on candid camera? Then I hear a new sound coming from outside. The sound of high heels. A woman is coming up the stairs. Are these men waiting for her? Is she their leader? A squad of battle-hardened commandos led by a beautiful woman. It's like something out of a manga. Nothing seems real. Before long, the woman appears. Is it Moeka? I'm predicting it's Moeka. I knew it. I knew it. It's because Moeka was acting really strangely last time we saw her. We need Ho and Kilma right now. Betrayal arc. Yep. Yeah, I don't even know if Ho and Kilma can pull us out of this. The reality of it snapped him back to his weaker form, Rintaro. Looks like Draft's hatred was valid. Oh man.
Kiryu... Moeka?
The part-time editor. The male demon, Shining Finger, who was never seen without her phone. Lab Mem 005. Moeka, she's their leader? The least imposing woman I've ever met? Even now, she doesn't meet my stare. Her eyes are aimed down at the floor. What's going on here?
萌香さん、これって。タイムマシーンを回収させてもらう。
It's Jover. It's over, boys. It's Jover. As always, her words are barely audible. It's ridiculous. Laughable. And yet, I can't laugh. My heart is a jackhammer in my chest. The inside of my mouth is drier than a desert. I stay still with my hands in the air.
牧瀬クリス、岡部銀太郎、橋田至3名については我々と一緒に来てもらう。
Not taking Mayuri, it seems. I don't understand. Why is Moeka here? I don't know, but I have to ask.
どういうことだ？
Farewell fun times goofing off carelessly? Yeah.
答えられない。
冗談だろ？
Moeka shakes her head.
あなたたちに答える必要はないという意味。抵抗は許されない。とにかく来て。
どこへだ？
No reply. She doesn't intend to answer that either. Dangerous. These guys are dangerous. Look at their guns. I guess Draft was right. She does smell bad. Smells bad of evil. Nothing good can happen if we go with them. I try to refuse, but my voice catches in my throat. I can't stop staring at their guns. They real? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're real, Rentaro. They're not going to start shooting, are they? Evil!
理由と行き先を教えてもらわない限りついていくことはできない。
拒否することは認めない。あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
Wait. Something clicks in my head. It was them. They sent the bomb threat. They stopped the trains. What, you just figured that out, man? Why? To keep us here? Just for that?
手荒な真似はしたくない。3人とも一緒に来て。
You got balls, Rentaro, I'll give you that.
なんで？
Kurisu, who has kept silent until now, finally opens her mouth.
3人なの？
That's when I realized that Mayuri wasn't included in Moika's demand. She only wants Kurisu, Daru, and me.
何を聞かれても答えるつもりはない。あなたたちはただついてくればいい。
We're not getting anywhere.
おかりん。
Daru's voice is shaking. I turn my head to look at him. He's deathly pale.
とりあえず言うこと聞いとくべきじゃね。
だが目的を言ってもらわないと。
Honestly, I have no idea what to do. My heart is still fluttering in my chest. This seems more like a dream than reality. I'm not a military otaku. God damn it. I've never seen a real gun. The black shine of their weapons looks somehow tacky. They lack the imposing feel you expect. After all that shit talk, when shit hits the fan, Daru turns to Rintaro as a leader. I mean, he is the most confident one. It's pretty reasonable. I'd believe her if she told me they were fake. Mayuri suddenly speaks up.
ねえ、萌香さんはラボメン仲間だよね。
It's as if Mayuri asked my question for me. Moika was a strange woman, but I welcomed her as a lab mem all the same. What is she thinking right now? An answer. Oh. Moika pulls a gun from her belt and points it at us. I realize that Moika isn't holding her phone. This is the first time I've seen her without it. Not like that matters now. Moika's gun hand is trembling. Is the situation affecting her too? It must be. She's terrified of talking to people.
一緒に来てもらうの。
Also take this nerd.
Thank you for the year, Golden. That's a whole year, man. Jesus. Thank you so much.
あなたたちの口を封じるため。
Silence us?
それは拒否しても変わらない。
This is the choice of Steins King. Does that mean she plans to kill us? Why? What did we do?
一体誰の差し金だ。お前たち何者なんだ。
私たちは
Moika suddenly lifts her head. For perhaps the third time since I've known her, she looks straight at me. Her eyes are dark and empty.
セルンの
I mean, yeah. Sounds about right. CERN?
M4!
Dark-skinned man speaks up. Is he addressing Moika?
口を慎め
Moika hangs her head again. In my head, I replay the words she just spoke. CERN. They're from CERN? Why CERN? Of course, who else could it be?
3人とも一緒に来て。
What did you do? Really, Rintaro? I get that he's panicking asking dumb questions, but it's still hilarious. Moika raises her voice in frustration.
これ以上拒否するなら嫌でも行きたくなるようにするから。
Moika slowly raises her gun. She points the muzzle at... Mayuri. My whole body instantly goes cold.
椎名真由里は必要ない。
よせ。
I lunge at Moika, but the dark-skinned man is faster. He really just lunged at people with guns. Brother, what did you think would happen? These guys made a goddamn time machine, and he asked why there's CERN agents here. Something strikes my chin with crushing force. Yeah, it was probably a gun. The shock numbs my entire body. Stars explode behind my eyes. I fall to my knees, powerless to stand. Everything goes dark. What happened? Did he hit me with the butt of his rifle? I thought he just shot him. I know he he moved to protect Mayuri, but like, that could have gone really wrong because someone could have she could have just shot Mayuri because someone moved. That could have gone incredibly wrong. I look up. Mayuri, face streaked with tears, is reaching out to me as if begging for help. Over her shoulder, I see Moika ready her gun. I try to yell stop, but my voice catches in my throat. Nothing comes out but a pitiful wheeze. Someone. Anyone. Please. Stop her. Stop Moeka! Moeka's lips move. She's mumbling something.
セルのために FP のためにセルのために FP の
Her mouth opens and closes robotically. My blood curdles. No! Sharp, dry crack splits the air. Oh my god. Time slows to a crawl. Please don't tell me Mayuri just got fucking shot. Moeka pulled the trigger. Fuck. Blood spurts from Mayuri's forehead. It splashes across my face, wet and warm. Her delicate, frail body falls towards me. I catch her. Her body is limp, like a puppet with no strings. Her head and arms dangle lifelessly. The smell of gunpowder fills my nose. And then, the smell of blood. Why did that scream from Daru feel so fucking fake just now? Oh, that almost ruined it for me. That felt so phoned in, dude. What the hell? Daru clutches his head and falls to his knees, screaming at the top of his lungs. The sound jerks me back to my senses. In my arms, Mayuri takes one short, shallow breath. And then...
Mayuri.
She's dead. Mayuri's dead. Her face is covered in blood. Her blood stains my hands. It's warm.
もう一度言う。3人とも一緒に来て。これ以上の警告はしない。抵抗するならあなたたちも殺す。
I hear a voice, but I can't comprehend what it's saying. What is this? What's going on here? Is this a joke? You may have created a monster here. This is a dream, right? Right? I feel nothing. My mind is blank. Shake Mayuri's shoulder. Mayuri? Wake up, Mayuri. You'll catch cold if you sleep here. If you're tired, you can stay overnight. Or I can take you home, if you prefer. We'll ride the train back to Ikebukuro together, like we used to before Daru joined, when it was just the two of us. Memories of her smile whirled through my head, 1,000 different smiles from 1,000 different occasions. If I look away, she'll disappear. She always disappears.
もう 大丈夫だね。マユシーが人質じゃなくても。
Just had to freaking fly that death flag, didn't you? God damn it. No. Mayuri. I still need you. Laugh for me. like you always do. Beat me with your silly toot-toot-oo. Tell me it's a lie. Tell me you're alright. Mayuri? Red flames consume my mind. An inferno of rage and hate and rage and hate and the burning desire to kill everything I see. I gently lay the motionless Mayuri on the floor. I stand up. And then I fling myself at Moeka. But before I can take a step, someone grabs my hand from behind. Moeka's gun is aimed at my head. Her finger is already on the trigger.
俺も殺すのかよ。
抵抗するなら岡部、お願い。今は従って。このままじゃあんたも殺される。
I tear my hand from Carice's grip. My vision is a tunnel with Moeka on the other side. She won't get away with this. She killed Mayuri in cold blood. I'll do the same to her. Moeka pulls the trigger. The sound of the shot smites upon my eardrums. I feel a sharp pain on the side of my head. I nearly lose my balance again. But I'm still alive. What happened? I realize that Moeka's gun is lying at her feet. Beside it is a small stone. Someone must have thrown it and knocked her gun aside. Suzuha? Let's go! Suddenly Suzuha is there in the doorway, knocking one man down in the blink of an eye. Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range and delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. You couldn't have got here before freaking Mayuri died? Come on, dude. Why did they have to kill Mayuri? Out of every character, Daru has to live. Really? Really? They let Daru live, but they kill Mayuri? I tell you why. Because they knew no one would care if Daru died. That's so fucking BS, dude. Why did Mayuri have to die, man? I'm fucking like this. Out of every character, it has to be the one that did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. This... Before anyone can react, she darts into another man's range and delivers a piercing elbow strike to his solar plexus. The man drops to his knees, gasping for air. The remaining men turn their guns on her, but she throws the incapacitated man towards them to block their aim. She then slides into the feet of the man at the rear, tripping him forward, and in a single smooth, flowing motion, drives her knee into the man's face as he falls. God dang. She is gaming them, dude. Jesus Christ. They all knew we all would care that Mayuri died, because she has no reason to live in CERN's eyes. Rentaro, Daru, and Carice are important ones. Cruel but the truth. Imagine. Imagine living in a world where Daru of all people is important. Jesus fucking Christ.
こいつ
The dark-skinned man aims his rifle. But before he can fire, Suzuha snatches a stunned attacker's gun and shoots him. Blood spurts from the man's hand. Without pausing, Suzuha leaps into the air and delivers a soaring roundhouse kick to his jaw.
そこまでよ。
Oh, good. You better not kill Suzuha too, man. The next thing I know, the 5 men are down, and Moika's gun is aimed at Suzuha's face. But Suzuha doesn't back down. Her gun is trained on Moika's neck. It's a standoff. Neither moves. Silence returns to the room.
何者
42
42? Suzuha's reply makes no sense. She glances at me.
テレビ
What is she saying? The 42-inch CRT? Is that what she's referring to?
点灯済み
She turned it on! We can time leap. We can time leap.
何を
Suddenly, Kurisu springs up and makes a break for the development room.
動くな
それはこっちのセリフ
The anime knew this was a cool shot, so they lingered on it too like this. I suddenly realized the meaning of Suzuha's words. Yep, we can time leap, we can time leap. The 42-inch TV downstairs, it's on. She wants me to use the time leap machine. A bit slower, yeah. I look at Mayuri's body. She's lying there quietly. Her eyes are closed. They'll never open again. They can if we time leap. Come on, Rentaro. One of the men Suzuha knocked out starts to moan. If they wake up, it's all over. Suzuha looks at me again. Her eyes implore me to make my move. I mean, yeah, a lot is happening right now. If I use the machine, I can avert Mayuri's death. But at the same time, it could fry my brain. It's not the time to worry about yourself right now. Fry my brain? So what? Exactly. What is there to fear? Mayuri's dead. Shot in cold blood. This isn't right. I won't accept it. And change it. Change the past. You have the power. Use it! I stagger into the development room. Kurisu is about to put on the headgear. I pull it away from her.
岡部
俺が飛ぶ。
私が
I grab Kurisu's wrist as she tries to take it back. It's not the time to freaking argue right now! I stare into her eyes, wet with tears.
俺がマユリを助ける。
もし失敗したら
I ignore her and put on the headgear. Moika's last shot grazed the side of my head. Love that for all this time we've been shouting at Rentaro to stop messing with the world lines, but now we're just fully shouting at him, just do it! Exactly! My ears are still ringing, and there's blood on my neck. It doesn't matter. I might fail. I might even die. Where's Dara in all this? Hopefully shot. But I have to try. It's my only chance to save Mayuri. Kurisu bites her lips and activates the X68000.
岡部倫太郎一人いった
この線使わせるな
やらせるか
The crew-cut man staggers into the development room. Acting purely on instinct, I grab future gadget number 4, Moed Snake, from the shelf and flick the switch. White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. Hopefully he's been shot. Dude, I don't know how you could like Daru. You're kidding me. She did not just get shot, did she? Yes, yes.
やれクリスマシンを動かせあ
Pain flares into my right arm. Oh, you gotta come on, just do it! Was I shot? Doesn't matter. I see blue-white light shining through the smoke. The discharge is starting. The light rapidly grows brighter. The floor begins to shake. The singularity is open. I crouch down, holding the headset steady with one hand. Wait for me, Mayuri. I won't die here. I'll cross through time to save you. Leap. My memories. Leap to the past. Oh, it was his right arm, wasn't it? The pain throbbing in his right arm. The world explodes into light. Oh, this is different. Chapter 6, Metaphysics Necrosis. Necrosis.
マユリマユリ
No matter how many times I call her name, Mayuri doesn't answer. How far back did we go? Mayuri's standing in front of a grave, gazing at the sky. She's alive is what matters. But like, how you like this new turning point, Mochi? It's dramatic, but like, I'm mad that Mayuri died. But if she's okay, then it's fine. I just need to know that she's okay. The grave belongs to her grandmother, who died when Mayuri was 11 years old. Her parents were always busy with work, so her grandmother was her only companion. I was close to Mayuri's family, so her death was sad for me too. At the wake, I expected Mayuri to break down and cry. She didn't. Instead, she spent the whole time gazing vacantly at her grandmother's memorial portrait. 6 months went by. I had advanced to middle school, so Mayuri and I no longer commuted together. Whenever I passed the cemetery on the way home, Mayuri would always be standing there. Every day, rain or shine, she would stand for hours before the grave, staring wordlessly at the sky as if she could see her grandmother in heaven. In her hands, an old pocket watch. The watch had belonged to her grandmother. Mayuri always held it when visiting the grave.
マユリ
No matter how many times I called her name, Mayuri did not answer. Back then, Mayuri wouldn't talk to anyone. Not to me, not even to her parents. Whenever I saw her standing there, staring at the sky, I felt unease grip my heart. Her gaze was so earnest, her intentions so pure, that I feared some power might grant her wish and carry her off to heaven to join her beloved grandmother. And so, to ensure nothing like that ever happened, I made sure to stop by the cemetery every day. I would stand next to this guy gazing at Mayuri and call her name.
マユリ
But no matter how many times I'd call her, Mayuri wouldn't reply. The only sound in the lonely cemetery was the echo of my voice, calling her name. It was raining that day, too. Mayuri had a light blue umbrella, In contrast to the umbrella's color, the sky was glazed gray and covered in clouds. After a while, the rain stopped. Rays of light shone through gaps in the clouds. A stunningly beautiful sight. Rembrandt's rays, they are called, or sometimes the angel's ladder. Suddenly a strong wind swept through the cemetery. It caught Mayuri's umbrella and carried it into the sky. Mayuri seemed not to notice. She kept staring at the sky. And then, slowly, so very slowly, she stretched her hand out to the sky, as if to grasp the rays of light, as if her grandmother were reaching down to pull her up. And then, she lifted herself on her toes. To me, it looked as if she was floating up towards heaven. Impulsively, I grabbed Mayuri's outstretched hand and pulled her into my embrace. In retrospect, my fears were just a childish fantasy. But at the time, I truly believed that Mayuri might vanish.
どこにも行かせないぞ。
Oh.
連れてなんて行かせない。
Oh. I realized how embarrassing the words coming from my own mouth were.
マユリは俺の人質だ。
Oh.
人体実験の生贄なんだ。
I'm actually about to cry. This is a first excuse that came to mind. Before her grandmother died, Mayuri and I were fans of a popular TV show series about costumed heroes battling evil. I particularly admired the villain, Mad Scientist, and I even got pretty good at mimicking his lines. And now I was doing it to hide my embarrassment. I could feel my face growing red, but I kept up the Mad Scientist act all the same. Nothing else is better than admitting my insecurities.
どこにも逃がさないからな。
As I said this, I realized that Mayuri was shaking. She whispered. It was the first time in 6 months that I heard her speak. Her voice was choked with tears.
マユシーは人質なんだね。じゃあしょうがないね。
Fuck, man. She smiled happily. Tears fell from her eyes. And then Mayuri buried her face in my chest. Where am I? Please tell me she's alive. Please tell me she's alive. Who am I? I can't see. I can barely think. A terrible screech fills my head, like feedback from a giant speaker. It penetrates my brain like 100 sharp needles, stabbing me right behind the eyes. I thought brains weren't supposed to feel pain.
べ
There's more. I feel a shiver of pleasure beneath the pain, and a terrible itching like my body's on fire. I'm okay, Ruben. I'm okay. I'm crying, but I'm okay.
壁
Yeah, it looks like time leaping's having an effect on his mind. I'm gonna crack open my skull and tear out my brain. I want to scrape out my soft gray matter with my fingers and eat it. No, okay, Jesus, man.
おべ
The assault on my brain is driving me crazy. Who am I?
ちょっと岡部どうしたのよ
Suddenly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. I slowly come back to my senses. I'm in the lab, standing in front of the phone wave named subject to change, with my cell phone to my ear. I wouldn't want a time leap. We had to, though. We literally had to. I'm not accepting Mayuri dying. That's not happening for me. No. Not the phone wave named subject to change. Since headgear is attached to it, it's the time leap machine. It's hard to breathe. Give me oxygen. Hear a low, wheezing groan and realize that it's coming from my own throat. Quick tip, if you don't do a certain choice, you'll loop the whole lead up to that same seating again. I swear to fucking God. I close my mouth, then take a deep breath. The insides of my throat feel like they're burning. I resist the urge to cough and continue filling my lungs with air. I notice that I'm drenched in sweat. The drops sliding down my forehead are annoying. I try to wipe them away with the back of my right hand. My hand obeys. Slowly. Something's off. It's like my body and my mind aren't totally in sync with each other. Almost as if this isn't really my body. As if my nerves aren't communicating properly with my extremities. Try blinking slowly. This might just be my imagination. Could this be exhaustion? I haven't slept much lately. I try to move my hand again. There is no disconnect this time. This is my body.
岡部聞いてる
The narration mentions thinking of looking for Mayuri. You need to pull up your phone and try calling her to diverge away from that. Okay, that's a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't care because I'm not letting Mayuri die. I'm overlooking it this one time because I'm not letting her die again. I don't even care if that's a spoiler. Pull up your phone, try calling. Okay. A familiar voice. I turn around slowly. Kurisu's there. No, okay, listen. It's okay. I'm cool with it this one time. I'm cool with it this one time. I'm not letting Mayuri die again. She stares at me, perplexed.
どうしたのよ急にすごい声出して
What is she talking about?
具合悪いの
I try answering her, but my voice doesn't work too well. Even more bewildered, I clear my throat several times.
いや問題ない。
そうだったらさっさと出かける準備しなさいよ買い出し行くんでしょ
Oh god.
買い出し
For what? I search my memories. The moment I do, images appear in my mind like a string of exploding light bulbs.
人間は根源的に時間的存在者である。
もう大丈夫だね。
タイムリープしてもいいの？ねえ！
I remember now. I used the time leap machine.
未来の記憶を思い出すのよ。
That's right. What am I standing around for?
ここはどこだ？
は？
I grabbed Karisu's shoulder and pulled her close.
今は何時だ？何月何日の何時何分だ？
痛い。落ち着け。
落ち着いていられるか？買い出しって言ったか？
Which shopping trip is she talking about? Daru was sitting at his computer, staring at us wide-eyed.
ダル、今日は何日だ？今は何時なんだ
？13日の5時ちょっと過ぎだけど。
Daru really has a problem with shaking people's shoulders. True. The 13th, a little past 5.
成功したのか？
Did I manage to time leap in the middle of all that chaos? Did my memories really jump through time? Does that mean I've leaped into my past self? Is there a chance that it was all a dream? Thinking back, forward, it doesn't seem real. Commando's breaking into the lab. It's like something out of a Hollywood movie. At the sight of Mayuri, broken and bloody, it's burned into my mind, my eyes. I remember the smell of the blood, the sound of the gunshot, the weight of the headgear on my head, the pain of the bullet tearing through my arm, Kurisu screaming, Suzuha fighting to defend us. I remember it all vividly. I touched my arm. No bullet holes, no pain, even. Was it all a dream? I don't know. I've never time leaped before. I can only hope that it was a dream. A future like that is too much to bear. I recall Mayuri's last moments and my eyes fill with tears. I force the tide of emotion back.
マユリは
Oh my god!
あゆしーです。
Okay.
マユリ、今どこに？
ただいま電話に出る
Oh
こと
my
が
god.
できません。
Went to voicemail.
ピーってなったら伝言をどうぞ。
マユリ、今すぐ俺に連絡をくれ。分かったな。今すぐだ。
I hang up. I look at my watch again. It's just past 5. Thank God for the time leap machine. Makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 3 hours until Moika kills Mayuri. Everything's gonna be okay. That's plenty of time to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Wait, what if they're watching her house? Maybe we should hop the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Anyway, we're fine as long as Moika doesn't find her today. So first I need to find Mayuri.
岡部？目が血走っちゃってるけど、どうしたの？
Kurisu and Daru look at me with concern.
二人とも今すぐここから離れろ。
どういうこと？
I checked my wallet. I only have 9,000 yen and some change. I need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have.
何よ、また中二病？
Remember when we first started the game and laughed at Rintaro's paranoia? I mean, hey, that was before everything with CERN, though. Kurisu shrugs her shoulders, dumbfounded. I don't have time to answer her. I slip beside her and dash out of the lab.
岡部、どこ行くのよ！おい！
I run full speed to Yanabayashi Shrine. Naturally, I have to stop for a breath before I get more than a few blocks. The sun is setting, but the temperature still hasn't dropped below 30. Sweat quickly covers my entire body. I'm not good at exercise in the first place. I finally stagger through the archway. Now I regret not borrowing Suzuha's bicycle. The setup of having Rintaro as a Chunin character makes it more difficult to get others to take us seriously. Boy who cried wolf scenario, yeah. But no, there wasn't time for that. Finding Mayuri comes first. I run to the courtyard where I find Lukako standing alone with her bamboo broom.
Lukako!
岡部さん、
She bows her head.
どうしたんです？
マユリはどこだ？
まゆりちゃんだったら、もう帰りましたけど。
Oh my god.
帰った。
はい。後でまゆりちゃんにごめんなさいって伝えてくれませんか？僕、やっぱりどうしてもコスプレはできませんって断っちゃって。まゆりちゃんを悲しませた
We
く
don't
な
have
かったん
time for
です
this!
けど。
It's whatever, Lukako, I'm sorry, whatever, we'll tell her.
人前に
Go,
出るの
go,
は
go, go, go!
恥ずかしくて。
Oh my, we don't have time for this. No, Orange. In this timeline, Lukako's a girl. But Lukako's underage, so you shouldn't be thinking of them in that way anyways. Tara's screaming, where's Mayuri? She's in danger from the organization. I wouldn't blame them brushing it off as normal. Yeah. I finally catch my breath. I don't have time to listen to Lukako's apologies.
マユリは帰ったんだな。
はい。
That doesn't make sense. I know she comes to the lab around 6:30. It's still 5:30. No matter how slowly you walk, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to get to the lab. So what has she been doing for the extra 40 minutes? We don't have time for this.
本当に帰ったのか？どこかへ寄るとは言っていなかったか？
いえ、聞いてませんけど。岡部さん、一体何が？
もしマユリがここに戻ってきたら、すぐに俺に電話するように伝えるんだ。
はい。
I'd better check the lab. We might have missed each other. When I get back to the lab, nobody's there but Daru. Did Kurisu go shopping by herself? I call out to him as he's ordering pizza on the computer.
マユリは帰ってきてるか？
いや。
あいつどこへ？
I take a bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge and chug it down. The cold, sparkling liquid wets my parched throat and drives the heat away. Now I can think. But I still can't relax. Every minute, every second is precious. Each moment I waste brings me closer to Mayuri's death.
オカリンさっきからなんでそんなピリピリしてるん？
マユリの居場所を知らないか。
だからルカシのところっしょ。
いなかった。帰った後だった。
I start to pace in irritation.
じゃあ他のレイヤー仲間のところとか。
そのレイヤー仲間の連絡先を教えろ。
いや、知らんし。
Damn. It's easy to forget since she's usually here, but Mayuri and I rarely spend time together outside the lab. Dara really needs to tell them what's going on. Yeah. May Queen in the shrine. That's about it. I have no idea where else she might go. May Queen doesn't even exist in this world line.
ああ、そういえば。
何か知っているのか。
携帯の電源が切れそうとか言ってたような気がする。
Oh my god, you're kidding me. Yet another setback. Not only am I unable to contact her, she might not even notice my phone calls.
なあ、一体どうしたん？
誰？なぜここに残っている？今すぐラボを離れろと言ったはずだ。
I sit on the sofa. I feel the weight of stress on my shoulders and in my bones.
理由もなしにそんなこと言われてもわけわからんつうか。一体何が始まるんですみたいな。
マユリが殺される。
は？
セルンが本気を出してきたんだ。あと2時間で奴らは襲撃をかけてくる。だからお前は逃げろ。
え？マジ？
クリスと連絡を取れるか。あいつにもそう伝えるんだ。
あと2時間って、なんでオカリンはそれを知ってるわけよ。
Time leap. Dara pauses for a moment. He looks towards the development room where the time leap machine is sitting.
まさか使ったん？
I nod gravely. I kick Daru out of the lab and send him home. He promised to call Kurisu for me and tell her to stay at her hotel, but a few minutes later she calls me directly and demands an explanation. It takes some effort, but I manage to convince her to do as I say. I just need to wait for Mayuri to get back. Thought about looking for her, but it's too risky. We could miss each other like we did at the shrine. Better to wait here in front of the building. While waiting, I try to convince myself that everything will be okay. I know Rintaro usually talks crazy, but I'm sure they could tell the difference between fake role-playing and real panic. Yeah, it is kind of like, there is telltale signs. Like, there's no confidence in when he's, like, saying all that. Usually when he's role-playing, there's at least a sense of confidence. That's just actual terror in his voice. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves about an hour before Moika's attack. In an hour, we could ride the bullet train from Tokyo Station to Shizuoka. Is that the best plan? Maybe we should get off at Yokohama and lay low in a hotel for a while. I can think about what comes next after Mayuri's safe. The time leap machine doesn't matter. Moika can have it. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Sweat accumulates on my forehead and rolls down my face. Hurry back, Mayuri.
あれ？
Startled, I turn towards the voice. Suzuha and Mr. Brown have emerged from the Brown Tube workshop. I see them lock the door. Guess they're closing up shop. That's right. I forgot about Suzuha.
岡部倫太郎、そこで何してんの？
いや。
That reminds me. During the attack, she took down 5 armed commanders in the blink of an eye. I still can't believe it. Where does an 18-year-old girl learn to move like that? And then there was her strange behavior immediately before the attack. She left as soon as she heard about the bomb threat, almost as if she knew something was going to happen. And finally, there's that business with her father. Everything about her is a mystery. Who is Amane Suzuha?
あ、わかっちゃった。今日宴会やるらしいから、その準備でしょ？
それを誰から聞いた？
椎名真由里、さっき顔見せて、ぜひ来てねって言ってたよ。 つうわけで私もお邪魔することに。
ダメだ。
もしかして私邪魔だった？
No, 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 no. Different reason.
いや、
まあ私もラボ面にしてもらったとはいえ、所詮は部外者だしね。
そうじゃなくてだな。
んだよ岡部、うちのバイトも仲間に入れてやれ。おめえはこいつに借りがあるんだろ。こいつのへそのおかげでおめえらがビル揺らすのも一応許してやったんだからな。
へそっておーい。
Susan has recovered her jacket. She's properly dressed now.
このバイトなかなかいいへそだったぜ。腹周りがしっかり鍛えてあってキュッと引き締まってたな。
That is so creepy. Oh my god. Tara's VA is killing it with those emotions. Yeah.
エロ親父、本人前にして語らないでよ。
今日の宴会は中止だ。だからバイト選手よ、悪いが今日は帰ってくれ。
中止なの？
ああ、すまない。
I attempt to smile, but with little hope of success.
岡部、何をしてんのかともかくいざとなったら無茶だけはすんなよ。
え？
It's weird to have him give me advice. I thought he was just a dirty old man who loves CRTs. Maybe he's sharper than I thought. Or maybe he's just telling me to stop shaking the building.
マユリと喧嘩をしましてね。ちょっと参ってるんです。それだけですよ。
True. Suzaha's never getting rid of that title. That's the best lie I can manage.
あ、じゃあまずいんじゃない？
Why did she say that? Blood?
だってほら、あそこに。
Suzaha points across the street. Mayuri! 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 I turn to look. To my surprise, there's Mayuri walking up the street with a big bag. When she notices us, she waves with her hand with a ditzy smile. Mayuri!
あれ？喧嘩したんじゃないの？すごい笑顔だけど。
I ignore Suzaha and run to Mayuri. The clock on my phone says 6:33.
ちょっと！どうしたのよ！
I wasted precious time talking to Suzaha. Now that I've secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Bakiba as we can.
オカリ、そんなに急いでどこ行くの？
I ignore her question and grab her hand.
走れ！駅に行く！
待って荷物が。
Oh my god, thank god she's alive.
構うな！とにかく走るのだ！
なんで？
いいから走ってくれ！
I can't get the image of Mayuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't. Mayuri gives no further resistance. She follows obediently, quickly matching my pace. I forgot that she's faster on her feet than I am.
ねえ、どこ行くの？
そうだな。とりあえずつくばが横浜あたりに。
I'm already gasping for air. Mayuri, however, might as well be strolling along for all the difficulty she's having. How can she be so ditzy yet so athletic at the same time? The sun has already set, but the sky is still a mixture of indigo and orange. We run through the streets, lit by dazzling shops. Everything will be fine once we make it on the train. I hold this thought in my mind as we run. I'm already exhausted. Mayuri practically has to drag me along to keep going.
少しね、休んだ方がいいんじゃないかな。
いや、電車に乗るまでは走り続けろ。
I do my best to keep up the pace.
でもね、オカリンすごい汗だよ。運動苦手なのにね、無理すると。
When we reach the station, I realize that something is wrong. The station's packed. Seriously packed. You don't see this many people even at rush hour. The crowd is milling around the entrance. For some reason, it looks like no one is going in. What's going on here? Oh god, is the threat already there? If only Rentaro was well trained, yeah. Protest? Some kind of street performance? I don't have the time for this. Just then an announcement plays over the PA. It's the threat.
現在山手線、京浜東北線、総武線すべて運転を見合わせております。
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
お急ぎのお客様には大変ご迷惑をおかけしておりますが、何卒ご理解のほど。
Finally, I realized my mistake. That's right. Before they attacked, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. In my haste to flee the city, I completely forgot how... How could I have been so stupid?
どうしたんだろうね。
All the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akiba. What about other means of public transportation? The subway or the bus? Should we go to another station? I turn around and head back the way we came, keeping a firm grip on Mayuri's hand. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way. I realize that we're surrounded. Not again, dude! You gotta be kidding me!
岡部倫太郎だな。
You gotta be fucking kidding me. Not again! A low voice. Face I've never seen. He's not one of the 5 who broke into the lab.
オカリン、この人たち知り合い？
Mayuri grips my arm tightly as she looks anxiously at the men.
一緒に来てもらおうか。
No.
誰だ？
Instead of answering, the man makes a grab for my arm. I jerk away and try to escape, but the men move to block us again.
抵抗するなら殺す。
セルンか？
They're with Moika? She must have planned for this in advance. A chill runs up my spine. I made a terrible mistake when we hacked into CERN. I realize that now. Well, it's far too late.
これだけ大勢の人がいる中で殺せるのか？
冗談だと思わない方がいい。
I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first. Then it hits me. A gun. I gulp. My blood goes cold. Am I gonna die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. I won't let Mayuri die. I won't accept that future. But how do I get out of this? The crowd at the station has grown even thicker. People are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Suddenly a fight breaks out nearby. Looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. This could be our chance. The tide of people surges into us, knocking the man behind me off balance. Now! Quickly turn and strike the man's hand aside. His gun falls away. Then the man gets swallowed by the crowd.
マユリ、逃げるぞ！
I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. As soon as we reach the main street, we start running back towards the lab. Of course, we can't return to the lab itself. Moika's group will be there shortly. Is the subway still running? If we get on at Suehirocho station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there we can get a train heading out to Tokyo. I still haven't recovered from my own exhaustion. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. I can't stop now. I have to keep running. It doesn't take long before a new obstacle appears. 4 men walking together up ahead suddenly stop and turn to face us. This is a bob of a track, honestly. Got a bad feeling about this. They don't look like otaku. Are they with CERN too? My fears are confirmed when the 4 men start walking towards us, arms spread to block the street. No doubt about it. They're after us too. I turn to flee back towards the station, and there I see the first group of men closing in behind us. We're trapped. Enemies on both sides. There's only one choice. I grab Mayuri and make for the side street. I'm trying to get to Suehirocho station without using the main streets. But as we pass UPX, several men on the bridge point at us and shout something. Are they with CERN too? How many men do they have? We turn back and change course.
いいか、マユリ、お前の方が足が速いから。
How ironic, Rintaro, who roleplayed as a mad scientist on the run from organization, is actually on the run from the organization. It happens, man. Talking while running uses up all my breath. Sweat drips into my eyes, making it hard to see.
お前だけでも逃げろ。はぐれたら袋の岸文字に行け。そこで。
Before I finish, I catch sight of another group of men waiting for us up ahead. I look back. The group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. The familiar streets of Akiba are filled with agents of CERN. Recall what Moika said.
あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
Despair seizes my heart. Is escape impossible? We're just kids playing at science in the safety of our tiny little lab. Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. Were we doomed from the start? I feel bad for all of them. They're all just kids, teenagers playing with science for fun. Yeah. No. No matter what, we must get away. Leading Mayuri by the hand, I push my way through the crowd. Then jump the fence onto the road. You're kidding. You're joking. Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. I come to a stop several meters away. My body is racked with intense pain. Can we not catch a break? Red curtain covers my eyes. I try to brush it off and my hand comes away slick with blood. I grip my teeth against the pain and lift my head. You're kidding me. Mayuri is lying on the pavement a few meters away. I reach out to her. No response. I can't keep doing this, man. I can't keep watching her die. I can't keep just watching Mayuri die. I can't do this. I can't just keep watching Mayuri die, dude. keep watching Mayuri die. No response. Mayuri's motionless. No. Did the impact kill her? This can't be happening. The car that ran us over. A white van pulls up. The door opens and out steps.
動きは止めたわ。
Kiryu Moeka. Her again. She knew the exact moment to be here in order to run over poor Mayuri.
岡部君。いえ、岡部倫太郎は確保。
She's talking to someone on her phone. Has she been tracking us this whole time?
警察に連絡して。椎名真由里が死んだ。
She looks down at me with eyes cold enough to freeze my blood.
なんで殺すんだ。
あなたが逃げるからよ。
くそ
Mustering my strength, I leap up and throw myself at Moeka. She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. I stand up and look around. Moeka's dazed and unable to stand, but I see CERN agents making their way towards us through the crowd. I've got to get out of here. I take a step. A sharp pain stabs through my body. Crash must have broken a bone in my leg. Doesn't matter. I have to get to the lab and time leap again. That's the only way to save Mayuri. Look back at the site of the accident. Moeka's slowly regaining her feet, but Mayuri remains limp and motionless on the road. It breaks my heart to leave Mayuri laying there, but I have no choice. I have to go. Back to the lab. Fighting the pain in my broken leg, I managed to drag myself back to the lab. Surprisingly, how did he make it there with, after getting straight up ran over? Surprisingly, CERN's men didn't chase me. Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. Only the lights are still on. Relieved that Kurisu and Daru haven't returned, I head straight to the development room. I remembered to break into the Brontube workshop to turn on the 42-inch CRT. My body's drenched in sweat and I can't stop shivering. Everything hurts, especially my right side, where the car hit me. If I'm not careful, I might lose consciousness. My vision is blurry. It's hard to focus. My left arm is numb. I can barely move. But still, I force myself to activate the X68000 and input the settings. Gasping for breath like a wounded animal. The sound of my heartbeat fills my ears. Mayuri. Killed her again. I failed to protect her. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry. Choking back my tears, I frantically pound on the keyboard. Police sirens echo in the distance. Moeka hit Mayuri in front of hundreds of witnesses. They'll probably take her in for questioning. Even if CERN bells her out somehow, she should be stuck for at least a couple of hours. The real problem is her men. Those mercenaries or whatever they were. CERN's hit squad. Why didn't they come after me? It should have been easy for them to catch me, injured as I am. I need to hurry. If they show up here, they'll kill me for sure. Settings complete. I put on the headgear. I get blood on it, but that doesn't matter. A surge of anxiety washes over me. What if the time leap fails? What if my memories are corrupted? might forget who I am. I might lose myself. Haven't we already worried about this? Should I really use the machine? Yeah! You've done it before!
当たり前だ。
I curse my weakness.
マユリが死んだんだぞ。
This can't be allowed to happen. No risk is too great. I will save Mayuri, whatever it takes. I alone have the power to change the past. What am I waiting for? Swallowing my fear, I activate the time leap machine. Okay, second try. Screeching in my ears, needles stabbing into my brain, 1,000 emotions flooding into my senses. The world begins to pulse, bends, pulses, then returns to normal. The pain in my wounds has vanished like magic, replaced by a piercing pain in my brain. I fight back a wave of nausea and take stock of the situation. I'm sitting on the sofa with my phone in my ear. Another successful time leap. That makes 3. 3? Wait, that's... what? 3? That's 1. This is the second one. What do you mean 3? It looks like the time leap machine works perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Karisu's confidence if I told her. That will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger. I stand up and look around the lab.
マユリは
Kurisu, who was dozing off next to me, wakes up with a jerk at the sound of my voice.
大声出さないでよ。徹夜明けなんだから少し休ませろ。
マユリはどこだ。
いきなりなんぞ。マユシならルカシのところ行くって言ってたじゃん。
It's including the possible re-time leap that you prevented by calling up Mayuri. Do I need to call her again? You gotta be kidding me. Dang, she already left? I should call her or send an email. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Mayuri went to see someone after leaving the shrine. The question is who? Think. Consider every possibility. Dang, why did I forget? Before I time leaped, I should have asked Mayuri where she was today. I'm not thinking straight. I have to calm down. Wait, I know. Last time we failed because we went to Akihabara Station. I should have known that CERN would be watching. This time we'll take a taxi to another station, then hide somewhere until things calm down. For now, all I can do is wait for Mayuri to return. It's driving me crazy. I consider explaining the situation to Kurisu and Daru, but I just don't have the strength to do that right now. You need to talk to your friends, Rintaro, come on. Besides, I don't want to get them involved. I'll take care of it by myself. I won't let any more of my friends die. As before, the Bronze workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Suzuha and Mr. Brown are leaving. We run through Kanda Myojin's backstreets to Nomizu Station, taking only minimal precautions to avoid attracting attention. We have to get there before the Sobu line shuts down. We manage to make it to the station without being stopped. When we get there, I see a group of men waiting by the entrance. They look like CERN. We cannot catch a break, dude. Jesus Christ. Change of plans. We turn around and head for the Ocha Nomizu subway station. Rintaro falling into the same trap as Rika. Seems time leapers fall into the same trap. Yeah. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamanote, Keihin Tohoku, and Sobu lines have already suspended operations. God almighty. Wait. Looks like the Chiyoda line has too. Must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened. Even stations on unconnected lines. Damn. Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the third time I've let her on this escape. What does he mean third time? We've only done it twice. We did it. It's only been twice, right? Did it once? This is the second time. I'm so confused. Does she really trust me that much? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want so badly to save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes. Mayuri tilts her head quizzically. I realize that I'm staring at her.
あのね、オカリ。マユシーは聞きたいこといっぱいあるけど、今は我慢しとくね。
I guess the game just automatically assumes you would just not do that choice I told you about. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that if you don't do the choice, the game very heavily hints towards you to do that choice. It, like, basically, like, screams at you to call Mayuri.
その代わり、終わったらね、全部聞かせてほしいです。
I love that Mayuri is very intuitive. Intuitive. Yeah. She's smart. She's smart in a lot of ways, honestly.
ああ、約束する。
Mayuri smiles happily at that answer. That's right. While we wait for the train, I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get.
お前、ルカ子に会った後はどこに行っていた？
ふぶきちゃんからメールがあってね、マユシーのコスにちょっと問題発生しちゃってたのです。糸がほつれてるところがあったんだ。それを直しに。
ふぶきちゃんというのはどこに住んでいる？
住んでるっていうかね、今ちょうど UPX のスタベまで来てたのです。
That's good knowledge to have. So that's where she was. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA system. The subway is resuming normal operations. About 20 minutes have passed since we arrived. Didn't expect to be stuck here that long, but it's okay. Where's my 1 anniversary? I said thank you, right? Did I not? I said thank you for the year. Did I? I'm sorry if I forgot. You did. So what do you mean? Where's my cake? I don't have a cake, man. You can have the cake. You can have the cake of my appreciation. It's an appreciation cake. I've made it up with my mind. There you go. Right now, Moika should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. While waiting for the train, I examined the route map on the site and the station's notice board. I got a notification about my subscription anniversary, but I just clicked away. I don't care about the acknowledgement. Hey, Ruben, I always appreciate it. You know that. I always appreciate the love. I will say, if you do all that, it lets me know when you resubscribe, so I can thank you, Ruben. But if you don't care about that, then you just do what you want. But it lets me know to remember to thank you. But I mean, I think you guys know I appreciate you. Why does it taste yellow? What do you mean it tastes yellow? Yellow isn't a taste. It's a color. We can transfer to an overland train at Yoyogi Uehara. It'll take a while, but that will take us all the way to Odawara. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. There's gonna be men on the train, isn't there? You can hear the rumbling and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Mayuri and I are just standing behind the white line. I reach for her hand, meaning to make a dash for the train when the doors open. But I guess there's no hurry now. I let my hand fall to my side, empty. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. The roar comes closer.
今日のパーティー
Mayuri is saying something. I can't quite hear her over the train.
中止になったけど絶対にいつかまゆりお姉ちゃん
What? Suddenly Mayuri disappeared. You should have held her hand! Are you kidding me? There she is, leaning out over the tracks. She's off balance as she stumbled, or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screaming into the station. Why is this happening, dude? I can't fucking stand this. I hear a sound from under the train. I can't describe it, but it makes me instantly nauseous. Is this just gonna keep happening? Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl. Tiny, adorable, a cute black rabbit pouch slung over her shoulder. Tenoji Ne. She looks up at me. Her eyes are wide. Her lips tremble. Who said this wasn't as disturbing as Higurashi? Who said that? Who said that? I want a name.
まゆりお姉ちゃん見つけて
Ruben, you lied to me. She does look creepy.
びっくりさせたくて
No, Colton, come on. I said it wasn't as violent and horrific. Jesus Christ, Ruben. Ugh. I hate this.
わざとじゃわざと
She stares at me for a few more seconds as if waiting for me to say something, then turns and runs away. The platform is in chaos. The PA informs us that there's been a personal injury accident. Maya's already gone. I don't go after her. Instead, I peek timidly through the gap between the train and the platform. One side of the track is a wash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Moika's group should have come and gone. The time leap machine is still here. I guess I should be grateful. He's dead at this point. He's dead inside. Once you know Steins Gate was a time travel story, you should have expected suffering. He's dead inside at this point. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine. For some reason, I have trouble recalling my own phone number. At last, it's ready. Now, take me back. leap occurs instantaneously. Taitor claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years. I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kurisu, time leaping too far into the past could cause mental disorders due to the gap between personality and memory.
Juicy karage #1.
Well, she's here, but how is she gonna die this time? I'm not even gonna get excited, dude. She's gonna die again. Mayuri is singing her chicken song, though she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store, instead of her usual juicy chicken #1. She had to switch because she can't warm up frozen chicken in the microwave, which is now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Mayuri's still in the lab. But what the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I forced myself to recall that horrifying scene. Mayuri died again. This time it happened at Shin Ochinomizu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. Tenojine pushed her onto the tracks, where the train tore to shreds. Could Knight be working for CERN too? No. The innocence of the slice of life has been corrupted. I think it's just Mayuri's fate to die, man. I think she's just fucked. I don't think she can survive this. No, that can't be right. Maya has a habit of jumping on Mayuri and greeting. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. But why did she choose that precise moment? I don't know. Sense malice. Whose malice? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mayuri. I'll do whatever it takes to find a way. This time we hail a taxi on Chuodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mayuri comes along quietly. I consider taking her home to Ikebukuro, but Moika's group might be watching her house. I have no idea where they are at this point in time. Instead, I asked the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. The driver says it's never been this bad before. There must be an obstruction up ahead. An accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We've made it out of Akiba, but at this rate, it'll take forever to reach Shinagawa. I consider getting off here and taking the train, but then I remember what happened at Shin Ochinomizu Station. I have a bad feeling about this. The traffic jam could be CERN's doing. I'd look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a CERN agent. 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to a conversation I overheard between our driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be a police inspection, and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. To make matters worse, this road has already been closed off, and all the cars behind us are being detoured. There are only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I feel the malice of fate manipulating the situation. Is Mayuri gonna die again? If I'd known it was gonna turn out like this, I'd have ditched the taxi hours ago. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get off right. Just then, someone knocks on the window. A taxi is stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets in next to Mayuri. Oh god. He's holding a knife. God damn it! Another assassin. Before she can reply, the man covers Mayuri's mouth with a large meaty hand. He tried to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Body twitches.
何を
It all happens too fast. The man sinks his knife into Mayuri's chest, and she dies again. Can't fucking do anything, she just keeps dying. Fucking... Fuck Blake, you know? I mean, Mochi. Whoops. Bright red spot stains her clothes.
声を出すな、岡部倫太郎。
Stabs best friend. Be quiet. Okay, bro. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points a gun at the driver and says something to him. Strength drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. A tear rolls down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. I can feel her last breath against my skin. I killed her again. Why? Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Moika? CERN? Or does the world itself wish for Mayuri's death? I won't accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. He falls back. I shout to the driver. I crawl out of the taxi and take off running through the traffic jam. After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Luckily, the time leap machine is still there. I have to leap again. What's the point anymore? What's the actual point? She's just gonna fucking die again. Who cares? Like, what's the point? Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clutch my head and rack my brain for an answer. I feel like I've hit a dead end. What do we do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her?
無理なものか。絶対に助けてやる。
No, there's not, man. There isn't.
何のこと？
Mayuri's blank stare is the only answer I get. This time I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Mayuri 6 hours from now. But without any proof that there's someone after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I wish that I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Ochanomizu or Shinabashi again. And maybe this time she won't die. But I don't have the courage to try those routes again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. Running out of options. Subways, trains, taxis, all out. Attempting to escape by those means will get Mayuri killed, so my heart tells me. Perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I've seen her die half a dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. I can't go through that again. We take refuge in Yodobashi Camera. I thought we could keep hiding there indefinitely, but just after 7, we hear an explosion in front of the station. Yodobashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the store. I try to explain our situation and officer shouts terrorist and pulls his gun. This can't be happening. This isn't America. Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. It happened so fast. The policeman shoots her right in the head. I don't know if he was a real policeman or a certain assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri. This time I don't leap into action immediately. Instead, I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. The way he's just narrating it so normally is sad and creepy. Like seeing someone die over and over is just normal. It's hard to know what else to do, man. This time I don't. Every time I try to save Mayuri, it ends in the worst way possible. To make matters worse, I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. Cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first I thought that it was Moeka and her hit squad sent by CERN to steal our time machine. But as I leapt back in time again and again, the cause of Mayuri's death kept changing. At Shin Ochinomizu Station, she died because Nai pushed her off a platform. CERN had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I leap, she dies in a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour and I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me. But who can I ask? I'm the only person in history to leap through time. No. There's one more. John Titor. But he's not replying to my emails anymore. And he hasn't posted on @channel in days. I'm not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decide not to run this time. Instead, I take a different approach. Strike first. I send Moeka an email. I need to talk to you about our time machine. Meet me alone. I designate the roof of Radicon as our meeting place. Oh my god. Maya! Hello! Hello, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We're in a very depressing scene. Our friend Mayuri keeps dying. And we can't help her for whatever reason. But I hope stream was well. Thank you for bringing your lovely audience. I am hello Tan Hiccup. I am Mochi. I'm a Bearman PNG tuber, and we like to play visual novels on this channel. We're playing Steins, and I'm suffering. It's about the gist of what's happening. This is a story about time travel and the effects of time travel it can have. I designate the roof of Radicon as our meeting place. Tan Hiccup, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god. 2 weeks have passed since the satellite crashed, but it's still there and the building's still closed. At least the security has lessened, so it's easy for me to sneak in. Not that there's any sneaking to do. I just walk in through the front door like I belong there. No one questions me. Last time I came here was for Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Of course, on this world line, the presentation was cancelled. Naturally, there's nobody here but me. It occurs to me that this is a dangerous gambit. Moeka might have a gun, and I already know that she's willing to use it. Then, I don't intend to play fair either. We're supposed to meet at 5:30. It's just after 5. I came early in order to ambush her. I hide in the shadows and wait with bated breath. About 30 minutes later, I hear the door open. Thanks for the reminder, King. Moeka makes her entrance. Alone. She looks around restlessly. She still hasn't noticed me. I take a gun out of my shirt. It's not real. It's future gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. It's just a toy ray gun with a remote control attached. Obviously a bluff, but all I could prepare on such short notice. I run up behind Moika and shove the bit particle gun into her back.
動くな。両手を上げろ。
Just like a Hollywood movie. This isn't a movie. This is real. And she isn't an actress. She's a murderer. After Moika raises her hands, I feel through her clothes. Sure enough, she's carrying a gun. I take it from her and press it to Moika's back in place of the bit particle gun.
残念だったな。最初の銃はおもちゃだ。話を聞きたい。お前がセルンの資格であることは分かっている。
なぜ？
知りたいのか？知りたいのかよ！
Frustration and rage boil over. Because of her. Because of her. My Yuri.
俺はタイムマシンで未来から来た。冗談だと思っているのか。だが俺はすでに 4,5 回は同じ時間を繰り返してきた。
I've lost count of how many times exactly. I haven't slept at all. That entire time. Strangely, I'm not tired at all.
だからこれからお前たちが何をするかも知っている。7時過ぎに電車が止まる。爆破予告のせいでな。
Like a gasp. So it was their doing.
お前と仲間たちが今日ラボを襲撃することも知っている。そこでお前がマユリを殺すこともだ。
私も
理解したか？俺がタイムリーパーだと。
Moika nods faintly. I could kill her now. It'd be easy. But no. I need information.
お前たちはセルンの何なんだ？
ラウンダー。
Moika answers with surprising obedience. I guess she values her own life, even though she has no problem depriving other people of theirs.
ラウンダー。一体どういう組織なんだ？セルンとの関係性は？
メールで。
ダメだ。口頭で説明しろ。
ラウンダーは
The venom in his narration. I'm pretty pissed at her too, dude. I'm not blaming him, dude. She killed my Yuri.
セルンとは別組織。公には出てこない。そういう扱い。
秘密の傭兵部隊か。
No problem, Hiccup. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a good day.
違う。IBN5100。その情報収集と回収のため世界中に散らばってそれを集める。
IBN 5100s. That's right. When I met her, she was looking for an IBN 5100. These days, they're nearly impossible to find. People will pay millions just to own one. Is that because CERN has been hunting them down?
ラウンダーの規模は？答えろ！
知らない。末端だから。
So she's not important enough to be told.
俺が手に入れた IBN5100 を盗んだのもやはりお前だな。
Moika doesn't answer.
なぜ IBN5100 の情報を。ハッキング対策か。
機密保持。最も優先すべき事項だから。セルンの。
一体何が隠されている。タイムトラベルの人体実験やその実験で何百人と殺しているという情報は普通の PC でもハッキングで見ることができた。 IBN5100 で構築されたデータベースにはそれ以上の極秘情報があるというのか。
知らない。
末端だからか。
My tone is sarcastic, but Moika nods. Damn, she's useless.
なぜラボを襲った。いや、お前にとってはこれから襲うか。
分かっているはず。
セルンへのハッキングをしたからか。
理由は3つ。1つは知ったから。君たちが知ってはいけないこと。
So CERN did know about the hacking.
それとタイムマシン。君たちが作った。
They want our time machine. CERN must be trying to monopolize time travel technology.
決定的だったのは君たちがそのタイムマシンを世間に公表しようとしたこと。
How does she know that? We made that decision right after the time machine was completed. That was only a few hours ago.
だから全員を拘束。
拘束。マユリを殺したではないか。
あの子は必要ない。
Unnecessary. I nearly pulled the trigger.
タイムマシンを作ったのは君とマキセと橋田だから。あの子は殺しても構わない。そう言われた。
俺たちを拘束してどうするつもりだった。
セルンの施設に監禁してタイムマシン実用化の研究を。
そうやってこれまでにもセルン以外のタイムマシン研究を潰してきたんじゃないか。
私は回収しろと言われただけ。
お前のことを一瞬でも仲間にした俺が間違いだった。
セルンのためすべて FP の命令すべて何でもやる。 FP の指示なら。
FB? Is that the name of her supervisor?
岡部君、君なのジョン・タイターは。
何。
John Titor?
考えられない。君しか。
Me?
何をバカな。
Dig the gun into Moika's back.
それより死にたくなかったら今すぐにお前の仲間とそれと FB とやらに連絡しろ。ラボ襲撃は中止だと。
Moika shakes her head.
そんな権限ない。
知ったことか。権限がなかろうが何とかするんだ。でないと殺す。
I can't do it. I'm not a killer. My hands are trembling, just like Moika's were before she shot Shin Mayuri.
なんで殺したんだ
She was hesitating. She didn't want to pull the trigger. But she did.
お前もあんなことしたくなかったんだろなのになんで
私は従うだけ FB に
だったらその FB とかいうやつをここに連れてこい
Moika shakes her head again.
だからそっちの事情なんて知ったことじゃないと
無理なの FB に会ったことは
Something hard stabs into my back. Oh, God. A chill runs through my body. Someone behind me.
銃を捨てろ
A man's voice. Is he with Moika?
汚いぞキリュウ萌えか
I'm ready to pull the trigger in cold blood.
二人だけで会うと約束しただろ
Moika doesn't answer.
いいから銃を捨てろ
タイムマシンは渡すだから誰も殺すな
だとしても
Even though I'm still pointing the gun at her, Moika steps away and turns to face me. Her eyes are cold, her expression unreadable.
監禁して二度と出されない
Moika takes the gun from my hand. I'm unable to resist.
頼むハッキングのことを謝るから誰も殺さないでくれ
Something strikes the back of my head. My legs give out instantly, sending me to the ground. Darkness creeps in.
ターゲット B を確保開始を頼む
Deep down, I knew. I can't save Mayuri. Even if Moika's group doesn't kill her, someone or something else will. The world itself wants her dead. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Steins Gate? There's no such thing. Those words have no meaning. It's just some nonsense I made up to sound cool. Steins Gate doesn't exist. But fate does. Fate, God, the will of the universe, an absolute force that no one can resist. It exists and it has sentenced Mayuri to death. I wake up in the back of a station wagon. So that's how CERN completes their time machine, because of them taking in the lab mems and stealing the time leap machine. Yep. The windows are coated with black film, so I can't tell where we are. I feel a throbbing pain in the back of my head. My hands are tied behind me. What time is it? How long have I been unconscious? There's a man with me inside the car. I recognize him from a previous time leap. He's the one who stabbed Mayuri in the taxi. The man seems to notice I've woken up, but he doesn't speak. He just waves his gun menacingly as if to say that there's no hope of escape. The dashboard clock reads 7:30. I look out the window again. Through the film, I manage to make out a street sign. We're close to the lab. Has the attack already happened? Before I left, I told everyone, including Mayuri, to run. If she did as I said, she won't die by their hands. But that doesn't mean she's safe. If I don't do something, Moika's gonna take the time leap machine away. What will happen then? CERN can have the machine if it will save Mayuri. The problem is that it won't. Not when the world itself is determined to kill her. As long as the time leap machine remains in my hands, I can keep trying to fix things. I'll leap again and again until I find a way to save her. If I lose the machine, then the future's decided. Future without Mayuri. I have to get it before they do. Even if that means I might get shot. As long as I survive to reach the time leap machine, everything will be alright. My bound hands limit me to headbutts and kicks, but I somehow manage to knock down the man guarding me and escape. My chest and neck are covered with blood. I must have been shot during the struggle, but thanks to the adrenaline pumping through my body, I can barely feel the pain. I can still move. It's all that matters. I run up the stairs with my hands still tied. I can only pray that I'll be able to operate the time leap machine quickly enough. Mayuri, Kurisu, and Dara were in the lab. So are Moeka and her men. When I open the door and burst in, everyone looks at me in surprise. When she sees my tattered body, Mayuri runs up to me with tears in her eyes. Wait! I try to stop her. In the corner of my eye, I see Moeka take aim at Mayuri. I try to put myself between them. I try to cover Mayuri with my body. But a man grabs me from behind and pulls me back. This shit sucks, man. This shit sucks. I watch helpless as Mayuri's tiny body drops to the floor as she fucking dies for the 10 millionth time. Her eyes, wide and wet with tears, seem to stare into mine. But I can see that they have already lost their light. She's gone. Again. Again. Again! What happens next is the same as before. Suzuha defeats the Rounders and Kurisu helps me time leap. A flood of sound beats on my eardrums. When it subsides, I find myself again in the lab. It's just before 5. I have 2.5 hours before Mayuri dies. I find myself staring at the time leap machine. This thing is the reason for Moeka's attack. If only we had never built the phone wave. If only we had never sent those D-mails. Perhaps the future might be different, instead of the nightmare it promises now. Love that the game now just skims through it now. We know what happens, we don't need to see it happen again. Yeah. Would anything change if I broke it? Just smashed it to pieces right here? In a rush of delirium, I grab a chair and lift it high over my head. As I'm about to bring it crashing down on this infernal machine, the voice cries out.
Okabe! 何してんのよ!
Kurisu grabs my arm and pulls me back.
今、壊そうとした何も壊さなくったって。タイムリープはしない。そう決めたんだから、それでいいでしょ。とにかく、椅子を下ろして。
I lower the chair slowly. Not because Kurisu told me to, but because I realized what would happen if I really did break the machine. It caused, or will cause, Mayuri's death, but at the same time it's my only chance of averting that future. If I lose it, I lose my only hope of saving her. The fear of that outcome stayed my hand.
顔色悪いな。どうしたのよ。聞いてんの？
I can't deal with this. Not now.
ちょっと！
I flee from the lab. I don't have a particular destination in mind. People look at me strangely as I shuffle down the street. I imagine I must look like I crawled up from the grave. Soon I get fed up with the crowd around the station and escape to the pedestrian overpass. I get about halfway across the bridge and squat down on the concrete. Giant screen on the UPX building is advertising some gothic punk band. The ticker at the bottom displays today's weather forecast along with the date and time. I realize that today is Friday the 13th. Is there no way to get through today without Mayuri dying? It's already 5:30. 2 hours until the attack. The lights around Akiba Station turn on one by one as the sun sets. The moe might be gone from Akiba, but the area around the station is still as posh as ever. I don't belong here. The bridge I'm sitting on has become a date spot for couples. I see them standing here and there, gazing at the cityscape with their arms wound around each other. Somehow, they never seem to tire of the dull, unchanging scenery. What am I doing here? Mayuri's about to die.
そこの地べたに座ってるドキュン男。
I lift my head and see Kurisu standing there.
いきなり飛び出したと思ったら、こんなところにいたか。
なあ、クリスティーナ。
何よ。
Kurisu, talk to your man, please.
今何時だ
？5時38分。ねえ、そんなところでドキュン行為してる暇があったら、買い出し付き合いなさいよ。
Shopping. Oh, right. Preparations for the party. In the original timeline, I went shopping with Kurisu at the UPX supermarket. And then we talked on this bridge, just like now. Feels like so long ago. Back then, I had no idea what was about to happen.
どうなの？買い出し。来るのか来ないのか。
I hope she's the hero, Ruben. I can't really stand to see Mayuri die at 28th time. I sighed deeply. I don't believe that it was wrong to time leap. However,
クリス。
I keep my eyes lowered.
初めてまともに名前呼んだな。
I feel her eyes on me.
助けてくれ。
I can't save Mayuri alone. I realize that now. Leaving today and again, only to taste the same despair each time, has taught me one important lesson. Alone, I'm powerless. Alone, I have no hope. Well, Kurisu, because this time has no time to muck around with stupid nicknames. Yep.
助けてくれ。
話して。あんたがタイムリープしたのは分かってる。
She's quick to catch on to.
何？
I look up in surprise. Kurisu doesn't meet my stare. Instead, she leans on the guardrail and gazes down at the plaza with her usual frown.
あんたに誰かから電話がかかってきたと思ったら、いきなり表変したから。私の目はごまかせない。
3時間後から来た。
何があった？
マユリが殺された。
I lower my head, trying to hold back the tears. Then I explain about CERN and Moeka, and about how Kurisu herself activated the time leap machine and made this possible. I tell her about my previous sleeps. I explain that the world itself wants Mayuri dead, but I can't save her no matter how hard I try. I keep talking for 30 minutes straight. During that time, Kurisu hardly says a word.
すべて俺の責任だ。
Talking to Kurisu lets me sort out everything I've done, everything I've seen.
セルンにハッキングしろなんてダルに頼まなければよかった。
Yeah. At the end of the day, Karisu really does care about Rintaro. Even if she does, like, act like she doesn't give a crap about him, and that he's, like, just, like, some crazy dude, she really cares about him.
タイムマシンを作ろうなんて言い出さなければよかった。萌香をラボメンになんかするんじゃなかった。マユリが死ぬのはすべて俺の責任なんだ。
That's why I needed to bear the burden myself. I was resolved to do whatever it took to save Mayuri, never faltering, never giving up. And yet, my resolve has already crumbled.
そんなまずいことが起きようとしてるのに、あんたはなんでここでぼんやりしてるの？
Risu's tone is haughty. Is this how I sound when I'm playing Hououin Kyoma?
わからなくなったからだ。
わからないって何が？
マユリを助ける方法が。
あんたの話を聞いた限りじゃ、時間順序保護仮説は本当だったってことになるのかな。
何をしてもどうやってもマユリが死んでしまうんだ。
だからタイムリープを延々と繰り返したか。
So sad. The only reason he stubbornly fought alone is because he fully blames himself for putting everyone in danger. Yeah.
タイムリープマシンは理論上絶対安全だと証明されているわけじゃない。
Karisu lowers her gaze and cups her chin, as she often does when assessing a problem. I mean, he's not wrong, but these guys have full responsibility too.
これまでは何事もなく成功してたかもしれないけど、繰り返し使うことでどんな影響が出るかもわからない。もしかしたら時間の輪、つまり因果率から外れるかもしれない。あんたはそんな危険を冒してるの。そのことを自覚して。
因果率から外れるとは。
SF 小説によくあるでしょ。閉じた時間の輪の中で永遠にさまよい続けるってこと。永久に年は取らないけど、永久に同じ日からは出られなくなる。最悪の場合、なかったことにされる可能性だってある。
What?
存在の抹消。あんたの18年だか19年だかの人生の痕跡すべてをあらゆる人間が最初から知らなかったことにされるかも。時間を飛び越えることはそれだけ危険なのよ。
人間は根源的に時間的存在者である。
Karisu looks surprised.
ハイデガーね。私も今その言葉を言おうと思ってた。
お前から教わった言葉だ。
いつ？
俺はもう何度もタイムリープしている。
あ、なるほど。
Karisu squats next to me, thinking deeply.
あんたの話が本当だったとして、マユリを助けたい気持ちは私だって同じよ。でもタイムリープマシン制作に関わった人間の一人として、あれを何度も使うことは勧められない。あんたはそれでももがく？
俺は
I can't do it alone. I know that now.
だからお前に助けを求めたんだ。もがくために、マユリを助けるために。俺一人じゃダメだったが、クリスの協力があれば何とかできるかもしれない。できると信じたい。 力を貸してくれ。
Kurisu sighs.
無茶しやがって、バカ。あんた壊れててもおかしくなかったんだからね。
Incredibly, she sounds concerned about me. She looks at me for a moment, then turns away as if embarrassed.
協力はする。まゆりは大切な仲間、ラボメンだから。それにあんたのそんな辛そうな姿見てられない。
すまない。
Rentaro just built different, that's all.
謝らないでよ。岡部、前に私の父親のことで相談に乗ってくれたでしょ。あの時私結構救われたんだ。だから今度は私があんたの力になる。
I don't know why, but that actually just really got me.
あんたの力になりたい。それで一緒に青森まで行ってもらわないと。
She smiles a wry but gentle smile, as if I were her mischievous young brother.
止めたってタイムリープする気なんでしょ。何しろあんたは狂気のマッドサイエンティスト。いつだって独善的に生きてきたんだから。ちょっとそこは無論だ、はっはっはっはみたいに答えなさいよ。
そうだな。
調子狂うな。
Reese is right. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. Reese stands up and looks at her watch.
さて、もうあまり時間もないから、これからあたふたするよりもっとじっくり対策を練った方がいい。
つまり
今からもっと前の時間に飛んでおく。そこで改めて私に事情を説明して。
Reese is right. My actions so far have almost been entirely random. And look where that's gotten me. I need a real plan if I'm going to save Mayuri.
行こう。
Kurisu stretches out her hand. I grasp it and pull myself up. Mayuri and Daru are already back when we return to the lab. Suzuha is there too. To get rid of them, Kurisu and I explained that we forgot to do the shopping, so could they please take care of it for us? I have to cough up the money to convince them to go, but it works.
まゆり本人はともかく橋田にも話さないの？
必要になったら話す。
For now, it's not. And I don't have time to explain. While Kurisu sets up the machine, I head downstairs to the Brontube workshop, kick the door open, and turn on the 42-inch CRT. That went more smoothly than I anticipated. It's highly illegal, of course, but I'll leap long before the cops get here. Kurisu looks shocked when I return to the lab. Remember when Kurisu called out Okabe while they were playing the Rynet game? Saying he was always closed-minded and focused too much on his own moves. That's true. Sorry, I can't think very deeply right now. My mind's a mess.
住居侵入罪で逮捕されるわよ。
どうせ過去に戻れば今のはなかったことになる。
Kurisu hands me the headgear and I put it on.
そっか。あんたの主観じゃそうなるわけだ。私の主観だとどうなるんだろう。あんたが飛んだ後、ここはどうなる？
そのデータもすぐに取れる。
My consciousness travels to the past. That I know from experience. But what about the body I leave behind? If time is a straight line, then it's likely that the present will be reconstructed based on my actions in the past. But if the many worlds interpretation holds, then after I leave, this world will continue on as if nothing had happened. I used to be so fascinated by the structure of the universe, but now I don't really care. All that matters is saving Mayuri. Kurisu's fingers stopped typing on the keyboard.
どうした？
うん。考えたら思考がループしちゃってた。
D メールのような状態になるかもしれない。
The instant we send a D-mail, the present changes around us. Thanks to reading Steiner, only I remember what it was like before the change.
その方が楽だけど、悔しくもある。
データを観測できないからか？
そういうこと。
Risu nods and begins tinkering with the settings again. The best story is always the one focused on protecting and saving a loved one. Yeah.
転送先は
I agree.
5時間前にしておいた。つまり午後1時40分くらい。覚えてる？私がタイムリープマシーンを完成させたのは2時過ぎだった。
Barely. For Kurisu, that happened only 5 hours ago. For me, it feels like weeks. Maybe it has been weeks.
時間にルーズな男は嫌われる。感謝しなさいよ。私は時計をよく見る癖があって、何時に何があったかは結構覚えてるの。
I know we have saving the world from CERN, but that's only a backdrop. The real focus is saving Mayuri. That's all I care about, man. Risu finishes typing and turns to face me.
いい、岡部。タイムリープマシンを使うなら、これだけは覚えておいて。携帯電話は絶対に手放さないこと。それはあんたの生命線、局所場指定のマーカーなの。それさえ持ち続けていれば、どの時間へも跳躍はできる。でももし手放してしまって誰かに使われたら。
And if I leap to that time, my memories could overwrite theirs. I don't want to imagine what might happen next.
あるいは充電が切れたり壊されたりしたら。
Then I won't be able to leap to that time. As is Rentaro, saving the world is too big of a concept to have a genuine attachment for, but a single character, of course. If it breaks, then I can get a new phone with the same number, but there will still be a period of time to which I can never leap.
タイムリープは成功しない。だから絶対に携帯を手放しちゃダメ。
了解だ。
今日の昼間にタイムリープしたら、2時に私がマシンを完成させるまでは、あんたは特別なことはしてはいけない。これが完成しないと、きっとこの時間までの流れが大きく変わってしまう。完成したらすぐに実験はしないって宣言して全員解散させて。それから私に声をかけてくれればいい。未来から来たって言われれば多分私は信じる。
なんでわかる？
私のことは私が一番よく知ってる。
True. Kurisu grins faintly and stands up after she's done typing.
そもそも 電話レンジを改良してタイムリープマシンを作ったのは私なのだぜ。
My mad skills.
さっきあんたからタイムリープしてきたって言われた時は、自分の理論は間違ってなかったって思えた。成功してよかったって思えた。何の疑問もなくね。
I see.
念のためにキーワードを決めておきましょう。私の今一番欲しいものはマイフォークである。
に
So you may as well confess now you're a total weeb.
あ、いや、別に意味なんてないからな。
マイフォークが欲しいのか？
マイスプーンはもう持ってるからって、そこに興味持つな。はいはい、準備できた。いつでも行ける。
I nod and call up the phone wave name subject to change.
気をつけて。私はいつだってあんたの味方よ。
Kurisu touches my shoulder, then steps away. I can't do any more for today. I can't. I'm sorry. I know we're in, like, I just can't do any more today. I can't. That'll just have to be a good place to stop, because I literally can't do anymore. Not today. Three hours already. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. Yeah, I'm sorry. That I'm being emotional. I don't know. Let's raid. Let's raid Cheza. Okay. Yeah, I like my raid just. Thanks, Ruben. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, so that's good. I think. And here's the raid message. There you go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a good day. See you later.